Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and King of Spain launch world's first 24-hour solar power plant. Central Bank reassures local UAE banks of aftershocks from Europe. And Thai floods kill 244 and inundate World Heritage Site. This is 7 National News. In our top story, General Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, and along with the King Juan Carlos I of Spain, launched the world's first power plant capable of 24-hour electricity generation from the sun in Spain. The 19.9 megawatt Gemma Solar concentrated solar power plant is located in Seville and owned by Torresol Energy, a joint venture between Abu Dhabi's Masdar and Sina, a Spanish engineering and construction firm. It's the world's first commercial plant to use molten salt thermal storage rather than oil in a central tower configuration with a heliostat field, and is expected to have a major impact on the future of the global solar industry. During the inauguration, the Crown Prince highlighted the UAE's role in technological knowledge and international relations. Masdar CEO Dr. Sultan Al Jaber added that the day was a significant milestone and that through international partners, Masdar is increasing the role of renewable energy. The Dubai Municipality and the Dubai Health Authority announced its partnership today in an effort to further prevent and control transmitted food poisoning and diseases in the Emirate. According to them, this is the first time this is being done in the region. Municipality senior officials say this new venture will include close monitoring of all cases of suspected food poisoning and foodborne diseases. They say the link between the two entities establishes a disease surveillance system that will provide real-time reports, which are essential in the prevention and control of diseases such as the E. coli outbreak that was linked to fenugreek sprouts earlier in the year.
Before it was just government hospital. Now we have a link with all the hospital, especially either private and maybe in Dubai around 80 hospitals and clinic, and that's why all these things must get a report if there is suspected food poisoning, and they'd come to the health department authority and the Dubai health department, and they are see that the case, and if yes it's the case food poisoning, they will send it to us.
The civic body conducts regular inspections of restaurants and other food outlets, as well as supermarkets and groceries, to ensure food safety. From the inspections to the strict regulations on food labelling, they say the public has a big role to play in staying safe. The Food Control Department also added that food poisoning and foodborne-related cases investigated over the last 6 months revealed that most incidents usually start at the homes of patients. This is attributed to the public's lack of awareness in proper food safety, which includes handling, preparation and storage.
We have to focus on how to improve the knowledge of the people inside, not just in the premises. And also we have to focus the people, the public at home. They must know how to deal with the food to prevent or to stop any food poisoning here at home.
Elevators and escalators were the focus of a lecture conducted recently by the Public Health and Safety Department of the Dubai Municipality in a bid to raise safety awareness among commercial and residential establishments. According to the senior officials, while the civic body has set standards on safety regulations, there are some companies that still do not comply, which puts lives at risk.
The massive development in Dubai that changed its landscape in the last decade is comprised of more than 9,000 multi-story buildings, over 350 hotels, more than 180 hotel apartments, and numerous shopping centers. It is indeed a modern and cosmopolitan city that relies heavily on the usage of elevators and escalators for the conveyance of people and goods. With such great demand on these facilities, Dubai Municipality says it is critical to ensure their regular and proper maintenance.
Some of them lack maintenance or they pay less attention to maintenance. Some of them are paying less attention to training of their staff or having a dedicated staff for such. The challenges vary.
Despite the standards levied, the regular inspections and the risk factors involved, safety and security companies say some organizations are still choosing savings over life.
The challenges is sometimes there will be some guys, they don't like to have inspection, thinking that it is an additional cost, but the things that it is not additional cost, it will help them to have a safe use and safe equipment.
While there are those flouting the rules, many companies also believe in complementing existing regulations with their own just for good measure.
We have a building which is more than 50 floors. We designed a system to ensure to the minimum that we are ready for those emergency situations. All our residential buildings are 24-hour connected to civil defense through our fire panels. All security personnel in the buildings are inspecting fire equipment on a daily basis. We contacted a very professional fire management company, which ensures that every quarter all our fire equipment is inspected and certified, despite the legislation asking us doing every 6 months only.
Tall buildings, according to specialists, hinder fast evacuation in case of an emergency, and a malfunctioning or neglected lift could cost lives. According to experts, as much as it is essential for building operators to employ experts that will maintain facilities, safety is everyone's responsibility, beginning with having a sufficient knowledge of the basics, as well as where to go and what to do in emergency situations. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
The Dubai Land Department has launched a draft for the world's first governance charter for real estate developers, which will be put into force in early 2013. According to a local paper, real estate corporate governance will look at 7 standards on criteria through detailed disclosure and size of projects, as well as the assessment of the ability of the developer and quarterly reports. Reports stated that over the next quarter, real estate companies will learn about the new charter through training that is set to start in November before the final draft is finished. According to a DLD statement, the new regulations also aim to spur on real estate performance, as well as attract foreign investments through increased confidence and transparency. The Dubai Municipality Building Inspection Department, along with the Dubai Police, carried out a campaign to demolish abandoned buildings and yards in Dubai. The campaign was aimed at preserving the aesthetic view of Dubai, maintaining public health, and to prevent illegal practices in the buildings. According to Emirates news agency WAM, engineer Jabbar Ahmed Abdullah Al Ali, acting head of the building inspection section, said the municipal teams covered an area of 4,034 square kilometres and found 518 abandoned buildings and yards. After evaluation, it was revealed that most of them are falling apart or were constructed without licence and cause a danger to adjacent buildings. They also distort the landscape and pose a health threat and security risk in most cases. He explained the municipality demolished and removed 145 buildings, which is 28% of the total abandoned buildings in the Emirate. Al Ali added that the follow-up for the remaining buildings is ongoing. And looking to news abroad now, at least 224 people have died in flooding in Thailand since mid-July, and water has inundated the 400-year-old Chai Watanaram Temple, a World Heritage Site, according to officials. The Deputy Governor said the authorities were having difficulties as the situation was worse than they had expected, adding that the water level had reached 1.5 metres. The country's culture minister put the damage to historical sites around the country to at least $3.2 million. Nearly 3 million acres of farmland was underwater, and the meteorological department has warned of more heavy rain in many parts of the country over the next few days. The government has approved at least $256 million in compensation for farmers and other people affected by the floods. And one person died and 4 others who were tourists were injured when a helicopter crashed into New York City's East River on Tuesday at 3 p.m. local time, setting off a rescue effort in the choppy, murky waters. The Bell 206 helicopter crashed moments after lifting off from a heliport on 34th Street on the east side of Manhattan. Rescue workers pulled the pilot and 3 passengers from the river, while a 4th passenger was pronounced dead at the scene. Bloomberg said it was too early to tell the exact cause of the crash, but it appears to have been caused by a mechanical problem.
Apparently, the pilot said he was having problems, tried to turn around and come back, but that may change as well. That was what's been reported so far. The National Transportation Safety Board will listen to the logs. I assume the radios were taped, and that someday they'll issue the story.
And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.